Manchester City actually lost against Aston Villa. And that was, I think, the biggest shock.
It wasn't a shock. For me, to be honest, it was not a shock. I read some games this season and it all came true. To be honest, you see that Manchester City lost to Aston Villa. I saw it coming because Aston Villa has not lost in the past 13 games at home.
At home, yes.
They've won 13 consecutive games. That means they are very good at home.
And it's Unai Emery for crying out loud.
It's Unai Emery that you guys, Arsenal can't make use of actually. But that's for another day. So Unai Emery, we know him for a very good coach. To be honest, a very good European coach. Do you understand? I think a club like Aston Villa is the kind of level he can coach, to be honest. When it comes to the way he coach, the way man management. Yeah, man management, to be honest. It's very good. And they've won at the back of 13 consecutive wins, bro. What do you expect Man City to go? And you see the Man City run, Man City has been struggling for the past 3 games.
For the past couple of games.
So I saw that game, they are going to lose.
And we're back, but in the absence of Shopsy, the in-house Liverpool man, we have our in-house Chelsea legend. At this point, you're a legend. You're not just a fan of Chelsea Football Club.
You want to start again. You want to start. No,
Mr. D is here. I'm here. And of course, no better day. Literally, no better episode to table Chelsea's matter. It's unfortunate that Shopsy is not here because Shopsy does have a bone to pick with you guys. But yeah, let's talk about it, really. We're going to start off with the fixture over the week. Manchester United versus Chelsea at Old Trafford. Going into that game, let's start from there. And I would appreciate if you just stick to my prompts only. You have time to, go all out. But going into the game, what were your expectations?
Actually, I was a bit disappointed. But I wouldn't really say disappointed.
No. Going into the game, you were already disappointed.
I was.
Before we started, you were already disappointed.
Prior the match, we have not been performing since Newcastle. We dropped the bar. After the international break, the old bar came down. So I was not really expecting much. I didn't mean the game was to be played before the international break. And after the Man City saga and all, I think we would have given it a go.
In my opinion, if I'm actually going to be very honest with you, and this might just be me maybe going a little bit soft on you, but before the game, I actually did not expect Manchester United to win because Manchester United do have a record of playing poorly against the top 10 sides, especially away. But this season, they've been doing poorly at home against the top 10 sides. So I was expecting maybe to see a Chelsea, maybe get a draw or maybe even a win, if I'm being very, very, very honest with you. I was very pessimistic about the game. But now going into the game, you've already gone into the game with some sort of like skepticism. Going into the game, what did you make of Chelsea's performance?
It was awful. And woeful, actually. Awful and woeful because, honestly speaking, we are not really attacking the spaces. We are not winning second balls. We are not even playing in the opposition box. Most of the touches of the game was within Chelsea's box. You understand? And there was a lot of errors. From both teams, you understand? There's a lot of missed passes. No pass accuracy is so bad. From Chelsea, it was awful and woeful. I think Manchester United, they are not good enough though, but they took the advantages which they have, which means we committed more errors than Manchester United. So they took the advantage.
Talking about the game itself, you touched on Manchester United for a little bit, but I want you to use your church mind now to actually judge how you think Manchester United played. Also remember that Man U did have one extra day to prepare over Chelsea. So what do you make of that dynamic?
To look at that from my own church mind, I believe Man U should have won that game in the margin, with a margin. Do you understand? By more goals, because you can see Newcastle took the advantage because we were woeful, we are bad, we played bad against Newcastle. Honestly speaking, I think this season the only time I can say Chelsea is playing against any good team is Brighton this whole season. From pre-season, I think our point is that this new project they wanted to do is play Brighton. I don't know. If it's true now, pre-season they beat Brighton. KFA Carling Cup, they beat Brighton. It's only Brighton that they know how to beat. After Brighton, no any other person. No any other person. I understand because
Then they vex for Brighton.
I don't know, maybe because of the money they paid.
Brighton sold them rubbish.
Brighton soaked their blood, took all their money. I think it's just terrible. It's terrible to see. To see the way we play the game, the way we attack the spaces. Our 10 row was so bad. The whole midfield was so open. They were not even marking well.
Kopama was there now, and I heard
Kopama, he had his glimpses. He played well.
Somebody said Kopama is the best 21-year-old he has seen play in the Premier League. And you ask him, where will you put Rooney?
Bro,
where will you put wheelchair them?
No. It's just that one. It's not everybody you answer now, bro. When it comes to football, well, that's aside. But because I think he played well, he played well. He has his moments. I mean, the goal he scored was a very good goal. Actually, it was a very, very good goal. And I think our problem, to be honest, as a Chelsea fan, there are some specific certain players in that team that should not be in that team.
Like
to be
who?
honest.
Like who?
Honestly speaking, I think a player like, I have to be honest to say this, I'm not being sentimental, I'm just being truthful. A player like Mudryk is not really...
Mudryk should not be.
No. Because I'm not saying he does not have, to be honest, I'm not saying he does not have the potential to be a good player, but how is the person himself performing to attain that level? Do you understand? We know you are good. You have the speed. You can do some little flicks. You are very good with but the potential is there. But I can't really see him there's no progress to that potential, to be honest. Because I watch football. I don't know the way people watch football. I watch football to see, okay, this particular player, what's the trajectory about your progress? You understand? You are raw. Fine. He has spent this December, right?
Second.
No. It's the first year.
Oh, this is first year.
Yeah, he came in January. So this December. That means he has spent the whole year in England, and I've not really seen difference, to be honest. I've not because why I said I've not really seen. People will say, oh, they've started attacking me. Maybe I scored 2-3 goals. Fine. It's not about scoring goals. It's about you can see Hazard, the like of Hazard that we're comparing him with in terms of the way he plays, the way he moves the ball. He can't win one-on-one. He can't dribble one-on-one. You can have somebody in front of you, mesmerize, hold the ball, dribble one person, not one-on-one. If Mudryk stand in front of me, as I play football but not do so good, he can't go past me. Mudryk cannot go past. It's true.
Okay. It's okay.
So that's how terrible it is. And we have some other players
too like that.
You've
said something that I feel like viewers can hold on to. Yeah, I think you guys should hold it to. He said Mudryk can't go past it.
He can't.
And that's interesting. But yeah, the players aside, yeah, what do you think about Pochettino's project?
Yeah.
Like how the team is progressing on that Pochettino.
To be honest, I think Pochettino is a very good coach, to be honest. If you look at the way we play our football, the way we move the ball, the way we move when it comes to transition from defensive opposition to the attacking phases, do you understand? We are very good. When it comes to counter attack, we are very, very good. Yeah, it's a lightning speed with the likes of Sterling, Jackson also is very good on counter attack. Do you understand? The way we move from defense to attack is a very good team. So just using that kind of a tactical approach that we are using as a Chelsea Football Club, when you have very sound and very good player on it, like the likes of Harry Kane up front. I'm just saying that kind. No. I'm just saying when you have very good quality player in that style of football, we will be in top 3. To be honest, come on. Because we play most games, we have more passes. The way we attack the game. I saw one statistics some time ago, earlier this season, that we create more chances like Manchester City, to be honest, but we lack goals. Put the ball in the back of the net. If you look at the movement of Nicholas Jackson, he's not always at the right place. He's always at the wrong place at the right time. To be honest,
anyways,
he's always at the wrong place.
I hear you. I'm talking about Pochettino. Yeah, personally, I'm a fan of Pochettino, and I think that he just needs time. Yeah, with this squad, this is still, how many months into his tenure?
Is less than a year.
Less than a year into the tenure, and I strongly believe Pochettino will come good at Chelsea. I just hope they don't sack him before he gets the opportunity.
Who is the next person to appoint? Nobody. There is nobody.
That's actually something, and that's also a case in point for people that are calling for Ten Hag to leave.
Come on.
Who really?
Who?
Do you want to
Nobody.
sign?
No,
Who really?
Nobody.
I mean, there's an Allegri somewhere But really, this is somebody that you can't really say how he will come into the Premier League, how he will perform. You can't really, so
it's Prem.
There's really a lot.
It's not necessary.
But yes, still on Chelsea, there's a couple of big games, right?
Yeah.
We've had most of the big games during the week.
Yeah, actually, and they played well.
Yeah, lots of teams, did really well. Manchester City actually lost against Aston Villa. And that was, I think, the biggest shock.
It wasn't a shock. For me, to be honest, it was not a shock. I read some games this season and it all came true. To be honest, you see that Manchester City lost to Aston Villa. I saw it coming because Aston Villa has not lost in the past 13 games at home.
At home, yes.
They've won 13 consecutive games. That means they are very good at home.
And it's Unai Emery, for crying out loud.
It's Unai Emery that you guys, Arsenal can't make use of, actually. But that's for another day. So, Unai Emery, we know him for a very good coach, to be honest. A very good European coach. You understand? I think a club like Aston Villa is the kind of level he can coach, to be honest. When it comes to the way he coach, the way man management. Yeah, man management, to be honest. It's very good. And they've won at the back of 13 consecutive wins, bro. What do you expect Man City to go? And you see the Man City run. Man City has been struggling for the past 3 games.
For the past couple of games.
I saw that game. They are going to lose.
Okay, so now I want us to stay on topic here, which is Chelsea. But since we're talking about Aston Villa, Aston Villa, Arsenal, tomorrow, Saturday.
Wow.
What's your prediction?
It's a tasty match, actually.
Yeah, I think
so. I'm predicting, for those that play betting, I'm predicting over 2.5, certain, both teams to score. So it's going to be a very, very interesting game. I just want to watch the way they attack will be. Because Aston Villa attack, when it comes to counter-attack, has been great this season. When they have the people they have in their pivots right now, they are very sound. When you're talking about Douglas Luiz, he's very strong in the pivots. And their attack, actually, they have fast players. And the way they play their football is so sweet. Leon Bailey, they have Musa Diaby also. They are very good. And this guy too, Mark Jean, that guy too is playing well, actually. So for me, there are some little worries to be worried about.
I mean,
actually,
of course, it's
Arsenal.
Top of the league at the moment.
And Arsenal to lose at Emirates, it will be very difficult.
No, they're actually playing in Villa.
They are playing in Villa?
Yeah.
Wow. So, it's going to be very tasty. He's shaking. It's going to be very tasty. Arsenal should be mindful. They might pipe them. Arsenal will go for
that. That's definitely one to look out for. Let us know your thoughts in the comment sections. Anywhere you're watching this, Aston Villa versus Arsenal, put your predictions in the comment sections below. We'll be looking out for them. And we will, maybe pick one or two out. But let's just go back on topic before we wrap things up. Yep. Everton versus Chelsea on Sunday. That's a very big one. And the reason why it's a big one is because Everton, since they've been docked 13 points for financial fair play violations,
they still have issues, right?
Come back roaring. They beat Newcastle, and they didn't just win Newcastle. They actually beat Newcastle. They put Newcastle to the sword. 3-0. And I thought that was interesting. The game before the Newcastle game, even though they didn't get exactly the result they wanted, you could see that they, even against Manchester United as well, you could see that they came, they came correct. Even though Manchester United, beat them 3-0 or something. But yes, Everton. They seem to. It looks like they are up to it. So against Chelsea, that's somewhat flaky, and at home for Everton. What's your prediction?
Actually, as a Chelsea fan, I'm already sweating. To be honest, because I have to be honest here. Because right now, Chelsea is in a very small pace in terms of the way we are playing right now. We are not really doing well, to be honest, as a Chelsea fan perspective. Do you understand? And Everton to be carrying out like it's just like a wounded lion. Everton is a wounded lion, so they are ready to bite and do anything they have to do. Do you understand?
So very quickly, your prediction.
So my prediction is, I would say, when it comes to betting, I would say handicap 1 for Everton. I will handicap 1 Everton because you might not say anything. Chelsea is just like this. The service might come back and they will have a very fantastic game, maybe 4-4. They might play 3-3. That's the kind of game.
Because Chelsea have given us some very interesting draws over the past couple of weeks against Man City,
even against Newcastle, the game was interesting. We lost 4-1. So goals.
Yeah, so that's it about Chelsea and Everton. But before we wrap things up, just before we go, I want to hear your thoughts about November's Player of the Month, Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire was crowned November's Player of the Month, and in that short list of about 5 players, we had Raheem Sterling, who had a pretty good month. We also had Jeremy Doku, who did show glimpses of sparks here and there. We had Anthony Gordon, who did well for Newcastle. We also had Thomas Kaminski, Luton's goalkeeper. Luton have had a great turnaround over the past couple of games. And we also had Marcus Tavernier for Bournemouth, who has been scoring, who seems to have just been scoring all the goals for Bournemouth. But Harry Maguire was pipped, and he won. The player of the month.
When I saw it, I was shocked actually. To be honest, I was first shocked because why I was shocked was that because it came from a very bad reproach area where he has been condemned. To be honest, he has been condemned for the most part of this season. So for somebody that has been condemned to just suddenly come back and become player of the month or more, when Fabrizio posted it, Am I dreaming, or maybe it's my glasses? But he deserved it actually. He deserved to.
I can say he does deserve it because he's been able to bench Varane in the absence of Martinez. He's been able to sort of solidify
and he's a starting 11 right now.
But I will still say tactically he's very inept. He's
just
very
PTSD.
He's very inept.
It's
tactically.
PTSD that's worrying the man fast.
Tactically. And there's a problem with him and our build-up play when he's supposed to open up for the ball from Onana. He just goes and hides behind the
don't really blame. I won't really blame that guy.
I would still congratulate him for having, he's been good. He's been good, defensively,
for you guys.
Marking and all of that. But yeah, I do wish him the best of luck moving forward. But I hope, that Martinez comes back very quickly and we have our centre back pair.
Jesus Christ! So you guys don't really like this guy.
I don't really rate this guy, but he does deserve the player of the month. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections anywhere you're watching this. Do you think that Harry Maguire deserves to have won the Player of the Month award in the Premier League for November? I think we can put a pin on it right there. Don't forget, let us know your thoughts about the coming games this weekend, especially Aston Villa versus Arsenal on Saturday and Everton versus Chelsea on Sunday.
Over 2.5, both teams to score.
Hopefully by the next time we're here, we'll see Shopsy back. We'll catch you guys in the next one. For myself and Mr. D.
Peace.